Today we're making chimichurri chicken because it's delicious, but it's really good for weeknights, especially if you like grilled-ish, pan-seared chicken that has a delicious marinade as well as a delicious sauce. Let's get started. So the first thing I'm gonna do is make my chimichurri sauce. Now this is a sauce that we're gonna use in our marinade as well as a dipping sauce for the chicken. So the basis of my chimichurri is I'm gonna use herbs. I'm gonna use parsley as well as cilantro. And I'm adding all this to a mini food processor. I'm also gonna use garlic cloves using half a cup of olive oil. I'm gonna add about 2 tablespoons of red wine vinegar, 1 teaspoon of dried oregano, about a half a teaspoon of red pepper flakes. If you don't like any type of spice, you can keep this out, and about half a teaspoon of ground black pepper, as well as half a teaspoon of kosher salt. The good thing about the salt and pepper is after you mix this up, you can taste it, and if you feel like you need more salt, always do that. But I like to undersalt rather than oversalt because once you oversalt, it's just hard to fix it. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and process this in my food processor. You wanna make sure that garlic got chopped and everything is smooth. Now we're gonna take about a cup of this sauce and we're gonna use that in our marinade. And the rest of it we're gonna set aside for our dipping sauce. Do not get this mixed up with the raw chicken or anything else like that. You can refrigerate it, do whatever you need with it while you prepare your other ingredients. So now to get to our chicken. So I'm using some boneless, skinless chicken thighs, and I'm gonna season that as well, not just with the marinade, but I feel like the best chicken has a really good dry rub. So I'm adding some kosher salt, as well as some smoked paprika. Love a smoky flavor. Garlic powder, as well as some olive oil to let those seasonings stick to that chicken. And you do want to get this mixed up. I like to make sure those dry seasonings are rubbed in there. And then I'm gonna take that extra chimichurri and toss that on there as well. So we're gonna go ahead and cover that, put this in the fridge and let it sit there for at least 30 minutes, longer, up to 4 hours, overnight, whatever, until we're ready to pan sear or grill it. I'm still deciding on what I'm gonna do with this tonight. Okay, I'm gonna go wash my hands. See you later. Okay, so I am back. I started my rice and my beans, and now it's time to get our chicken. I took it out the fridge, let's cook it. So I've grabbed a large skillet. Today I'm using an electric skillet because my stove is full, but I'm gonna preheat that over medium-high heat. And the way I test like non-stick skillets is a little bit different than stainless steel, but that's just telling me that it's hot and ready. So I've got my chicken here. It's been marinating for a few hours and you can see it's soaked up all that goodness and flavor. And I'm just gonna put that in a single layer in this skillet. I like to put my presentation side down first. Oh, that smells so good. All right, so I'm gonna let this cook for about 5 to 7 minutes per side, flipping halfway. So it's been about 6 minutes and my spirits, as well as my timer on my watch, is telling me it's time to flip these chickens. But one way you can kind of tell it's time to flip is if you get a nice browning on that first side. And depending on the pot that you use, some pots are gonna brown better, like your stainless steel or your cast iron. This one actually does a pretty decent job. And I'm gonna let the other side cook until it's cooked through. Be about another 5 to 7 minutes. All right, so it's been about 5 minutes on that second time. The timer's going off. And I'm just gonna check the temp of these so that I don't overcook it. But the good thing about chicken thighs, it's hard to overcook a chicken thigh. I honestly say like the minimum temperature I like to reach on a chicken thigh is 165 for safety, but I like to get these to about 170. They're so juicy and I just don't like them too juicy or too wet, but I still want them like juicy, but I want them to have some oomph to them. Anyways, the way I check with the temperature is by getting a thermometer and putting it in there and check. So this one is hitting 170 something. I need to change the battery on this. Oh my gosh. And that was a smaller piece, so that was gonna cook faster. But yeah, and I'm gonna put these on a cutting board to rest for about 5 minutes, just so that those juices get to absorb back into the meat. So it's been about 5 minutes. Our chicken has been chilling and it's time to chop it and see what the inside looks like. Just out here cutting chicken. And we like to chop our pieces of our chickens up. You can leave them whole together, whatever. It's up to you. Kind of similar to what they do with like a Chipotle chicken bowl. Yeah, that's smart. I guess I technically, oh, I should have made some fajita vegetables. Dang it. I could also put that in a burrito. Here's my plate. It's finished. Yum, yum. I'm just gonna add some of that sauce to it. Yes. This is so good. There you have it. Chimichurri chicken. And I'm serving mine with a ton of yellow rice and some black beans. You wanna try my chicken? Kelly, how's my chicken? That's really good.